Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and all variations thereof, and welcome to session 35 of Shadows of Sorcery. We are going to start off today with some sad news. Rakan, our player who plays the great and powerful wizard Horus, has decided to leave our little party due to various problems in real life and other things.
Nothing to cast aspersions about, to be sure.
No. They're well and good. They're all fine, but they don't have, shall we say, the time to really dedicate to this campaign anymore. Is the easy way to put it. There's a lot of reasons, but that's basically about it. So Horace, we will miss you. We shall see you down the road, I suppose. Yes, indeed. But with that being said, today is session day. It is the day for our incredible band of adventurers to do something stupid.
Yay!
Yay!
So a normal day then.
A normal event. Yes. So today, joining us, we have Lydia Hat playing Ingvar Svan.
You.
We have Zerion playing the librarian.
Hello.
We have Elfie playing Prodigious Maximus.
I'm gonna put my dick in it.
And we have Lying playing Darren Moran.
Somehow I'm the straight man.
Which is very strange considering out of all of us, you're the least straight person.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Wait, no.
I will fight you over this.
I don't think any of us can be the least straight person.
I think you've just incited a fucking gender war.
I mean, I'm
I experience genders you haven't even heard of.
I don't experience any genders.
Non-binary. Elfie square up.
I will fucking.
Oh god,
fight
there's
you.
gonna be a brawl. Anyway.
Yes.
Anyway. Who wants to do the recap? Anybody?
I'll do the recap. Okay, we were being really sexy, avoiding a fight. And
Yes.
we then sat down in a bar in a tavern to discuss whether we fucked up or not, essentially. And beautiful, there was a beautiful man who saw us at the bar called Isaac, and he, and turns out everything was a lot more complicated than we thought. And he had a daughter, I think.
A daughter?
A daughter!
A daughter? Yes.
Who got kidnapped / died? I'm not sure.
Yes.
Big Prod was not listening. Yeah, that was complicated. And then we discussed at length whether Big Prod should fuck
The villain.
should fuck Blackwood. And the answer is still undecided. And maybe we'll get in a fight
Is that all you
tomorrow.
remember from that session? Okay.
Elfie Oakwood has memory issues. You need to understand this.
Elfie,
Rod
when
also
you
has
joined
memory
this
issues.
campaign, you told me you were a note taker.
That was true at the time.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I'm sure you
Things
can
Anyway.
changed.
certain things.
Anyway. Last we left off. our party made their way to the Copper Eagle Tavern, where they lay back and contemplated their recent forays into villainous activities. They were met there by one Isaac Garmek, who has been working undercover in the syndicate, in the Carnifex Syndicate, to keep an eye on the various leaders and relay information to unknown parties. So, you were informed that Isaac's daughter was kidnapped, brainwashed by one of the leaders of the Carnifex Syndicate. You were also informed that one of the things that the Carnifex Syndicate is looking to do is to tether the Wandering Library to a permanent entrance once again. And lastly, you also found out that one of the people within Gabriel Blackwood's, shall we say, inner circle is specifically there due to demonic contract, and that they are looking for a way out of it. These things you learned before Isaac once again disappeared off into the night to take up his undercover position with the Carnifex Syndicate once more. You discussed at length the best way to deal with this situation, and you all went to bed.
Technically.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
one
we
of us
fell
still
asleep
at
at
the
the bar.
Yes, 3 of you fell asleep at the bar, 2 of you went to bed. But the day rises. The sun glimmers in the sky. Dew on the cobblestones of the city in the morning. As you all walk down to the bar table where 3 of your friends are sleeping, one of you, and I'll leave it up to you as to which one of you notices first, notices a letter on the table in front of you all.
Who's got the highest intelligence or
Might be
perception?
me.
I have a +3 in.
I also have a +3 and I'm at 16.
Okay, what are you then?
Rollies! Both of you roll me a d20.
Okay.
Like I say, I've only got a +1 in intelligence. I've got +3 in wisdom.
It's
For some
like my
reason.
dice rolling machine is loading.
Rod's
No.
grumpy in the mornings. He don't notice shit.
Darren has morning evolutions. You may be able to do this. You may get there first.
I'm still cuddling you, Darren. You're still in my arms.
Pretty sure you.
I've got a 6.
Horace you had a hold of.
Okay, so I find it then, presumably.
Okay, so Darren, you find this note. Do you read it to yourself, or would you like to read it to everybody at the table?
I will read it to myself until it becomes apparent I should read it to everybody.
Okay, so it is a note from Horace.
Oh.
And to start with, it details the reason for his leaving. So it is not only addressed to you, but it is addressed to everyone at the table.
Oh, then I should definitely read this out loud.
Okay. So, my friends, first off, I'd like to ease your worries. I have not been faked my death, or am in any danger at the moment. I've been doing a lot of thinking recently, My memories keep coming in fragments, but I still find myself incomplete. The last pieces I believe I need to find on my own. I believe I've discovered someone who could help me remember. Whether by word or by blade, I have decided to leave to pursue Evan on my own. I do not want to burden you all with my history. You have all been my family for as long as we've traveled. But I have another family that I must tend to. I have another family who need me to remember. This is not goodbye forever for any of you. You've all done so much for me to guide me back to myself. I'd like to leave some parting words for each of you to try and do the same. Darren, everyone else respects you and your choices a great deal. You might not have seen how much others look to you, but I hope that you carry yourself forward, knowing that I hope you can find or forge a new home for yourself. Ingvar. You've got a strong head on your shoulders, sometimes the only voice of reason among us. I hope that you continue to look out for everyone, whether in battle or planning, the party comrade or the innocent on the road. Librarian, I find that we're both in similar situations. Hell, you're a bigger mystery to me than myself. I hope you find something to help you weave together who you are. Keep yourself safe, friend. Prod, with me gone, I trust that you'll be there to protect them. I see no better man to take the front line of a fight than you. A better place to grow your legend to. Also, give Darren an extra cuddle for me, would you? I'll miss
Leave
you
that part
all.
out.
You've all laughed with me and fought to give me a home, bonded through thick and thin into my new memories, my new self. I hope we meet again and laugh together again. P.S. Make sure to burn this note soon, after I'd prefer my pursuit of Evan Lorne to stay completely under the radar. And one day, give Blackwood an extra stab, for old time's sake.
Also, this letter is covered in anthrax.
As you read the letter, you also notice that underneath the table is a large iron, wood and iron banded strongbox that you recognize. It is the strongbox that has been attached to Horace for quite a while, actually, at this point. And it has been left underneath the table, along with a few small bags of rations by the looks of it, and what looks to be a small bag of coins.
I mean, he left without a cuddle.
He did write in the letter to give Ingvar an extra one on his behalf.
Ingvar?
Excuse me.
Just so the orc arms descend around everybody, and
The
everybody
orc
gets a group
arms
hug.
descend.
Yeah. My reach is just so far. Like I have, like 10-foot arm span, wingspan. So I just reach around the whole table. Everyone gets a cuddle. Yeah.
Hmm.
Sometimes people just need to do what they need to do.
Well, hopefully we'll see him again one day. I hope.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie though, I'm gonna miss the little bugger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did always have a habit of
Also,
being...
he was looking after the donkey.
Ah, shit! Am I gonna have to carry everything now?
You all look out into the outer courtyard. Casimir is there, but Horace the donkey is gone.
Oh, shit.
Anything
Do you
that
think-
may be perhaps aid your party seems to have been left under the table where the letter was.
Do you think the dragon would carry the stuff?
I mean, you might need to feed him a few extra sausages, but
Could you be obliging? Someone else can try and put it on him. I'm not gonna try and make a...
The stuff
dragon.
that's been left, in fairness, is a small set of ration pouches. Which
I just pick... Yeah.
you can
just pick it all up and
carry
shove it in my
pretty
pack.
easily, so like it's just like general rations. A small
send
pouch
about
of
the
gold,
puppy.
if anyone wants to count that.
I'll have that!
There's about 50 gold in there.
Fuck yeah, that's going all in my wallet, I'm not sharing.
And one large wooden and iron banded strongbox, of which
Oh, no.
3 of you know the contents.
Not me. I don't think.
Rod does not.
I feel like that's gonna be heavy.
I guess I do as well then.
Yes. So, Elfie, if you want to quickly deafen yourself. Oh
Why?
wait, when you don't get to know this. It's
Why?
secret.
Oh god, more secrets. Hang on, let me
Unless
deafen.
you guys want to open the strongbox now, you don't get to know.
I mean,
Until
I
they
don't
tell
feel that it's like a great enough secret that we would hide it from Prod, right?
I can't think of a good
In this
reason.
case, you might.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna deafen while you explain what it is, and then you can tell me if you tell me, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna think, is it a smart idea to open it in a big open tavern as
Well,
well?
the 3 of you know that inside the strongbox is a set of black iron plate armor
Oh, yeah, that thing.
that you found in the cave of a dead dragon
Right, yeah.
that was being guarded by a set of undead skeletons. One of
Also
which...
wolves.
And some wolves. And one of which had a necromantic blade of some sort.
If I remember correctly, I tried to identify this and couldn't really discern a lot about it, right?
You discerned you discerned a little bit about it. I'll quickly pull up the sheet that has the information on it real quick.
Yeah, because that was the box. Yeah, because that was the box Ava managed to crack open with a bloody roll of 25.
So, one of you pulled from the skeleton, the big skeleton guy that was defending this box, a necrotic greatsword, which does 3d6 slashing plus 8 necrotic damage. But I don't know which one of you ended up getting that. And the other thing that you guys found was something known as the Mortis armor, which requires attunement and a minimum strength of 16. But unlike most plate armor, it does not give disadvantage on stealth checks.
I don't
And
get name fought away. I don't know, we can't do heavy armor anyway.
And additionally, it allows the wearer to use shadows as a form of Misty Step within 60 feet.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
But it's plate armor, and none of you could wear it at the time, so you just packed it in a box and put it on the donkey and forgot about it.
Okay, but we have a paladin now that could potentially wear it since they can wear plate armor.
Yeah, if Elfie wants to go for like a goth face.
I
Depends on how
think we
good
should
it
get
looks.
this properly inspected, because if it's called the fucking Mortis armor and nothing seems wrong about it, it's kind of fucking sketch.
Well, you know a
fine.
little bit about its history. I will say that much. But if you guys want to tell Prod about it, then you can.
Yeah, okay, I think we should probably tell Prod. What do you guys think? Like, I don't think they would just immediately fucking steal it. They don't seem that kind of person.
I think, given that half of our DPS vanished in the night, it might be at least worth buffing the prod.
Yeah.
Buffing the Prod.
Jesus. I wonder if the guy at the magic shop would be able to tell us anything about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, like...
Okay, I'm bringing Elfie back.
Okay.
That does then raise the next question. If we get it identified in this town, do we necessarily want Blackwood to hear about it?
Hello.
Hello.
The guy at the magic shop, guys.
Rod was just like
every town.
following a bee going around the corner of the room or something.
Yeah.
What?
Where?
What's in that box though?
Yeah, the box, the
it's
box
your
over
birthday
there
present.
is... It's a big birthday... We just need to get it checked out, because it could be cursed, actually. And nobody likes cursed birthday presents.
Yeah, it may have rabies. We just need to get it. We just need to take it to the vet and make sure it's okay.
Okay,
The
do you want me to
box
put
is
it in
foaming
my
at the
pack?
mouth.
Do you want me to put it in my pack because I'm stronger? Not to say that you guys are. I mean, I can carry a lot more.
I believe.
Yeah, sure. Pinky promise you won't peek.
Oh, yeah. Well.
Okay, I'm gonna be very straightforward with you. It could potentially murder you. We've not tested it yet, so maybe don't peek.
Yeah, don't look at it until we can get it identified and...
It's a magic item. So yeah.
Okay. Sure.
This could be potentially worse than a rank bottle of wine you drank the other day.
It
Or
was
the
pretty
Holy Rock.
bad.
Okay, so I would say yes, but okay, my oath. Someone take this away from me because it's a Pandora's box, essentially.
It's not locked.
I will open it. Someone hide this from me. I want to know what's in it.
Well, Ingvar could carry it for now. The man's got a strength.
Now
18.
checking if fucking magical tinkering lets me lock something.
I mean, out of the people that could carry it, Ingvar or Prod, one of the two, because the other guys here do not have the strength.
Yeah.
other people here do
Ingvar
not
will
have
take
the
it for now. So
Ingvar,
that
yeah,
Paul
you
doesn't-
I could take
doesn't
something
tempt
heavy that you're carrying currently if you're carrying something heavy. Just
You
to
My
know
let
name
you
might
know.
carry the dragon. It's like, no, that doesn't have. No, that's how
I
it
can carry
works.
the. I can carry the dragon. I won't because it will eat me. But I
The
can carry
dragon
the
is
dragon.
the same size as you.
Yeah, that's not stopped anyone before.
Fair enough.
Lucian, could I use magical tinkering to enchant this trunk so that if specifically Prod opens it, it
Boom.
creates a sound out of it that's very loud, that's just me, like, bass boosted, going, no, opening the trunk!
Actually, yes, I'll take it if that's the thing.
Yes. I mean, it's essentially an alarm spell.
Yeah, I could also just cast an alarm's, like, threshold, but, like, magical tinkering lets me make a noise on a thing.
Yeah, you could do that.
I thought you were going to enchant.
I'll
it and
happily
turn
take
into
it in
a
my
mimic.
pack then. Like about every like, I'm gonna say 25 minutes from the for the next day, you're gonna hear nah.
No.
And I'm like, okay.
This also lasts indefinitely until I stop it.
Yep.
Oh god. Ingvar's going to toss somebody into a river.
Speaking of lasting indefinitely.
Oh.
Sorry if you hear
Oh, no,
hammering
the
on
whole-
my end.
Okay. Change that. Right. Okay. So you have an objective. You have a chest. You have some other stuff. What do you want to do? Going over the objectives very quickly. Isaac gave you the name Deranax Vaughn, who is apparently demonically contracted to Gabriel Blackwood and really doesn't want to be. So she might be able to help you with the situation. Alternatively, you can probably take a better look at the armor, or you can do something else. It's up to you.
Let's go talk to that demon lady. She was fit.
I
thought the
feel
armor
like
would have been
before we step out the front door, it may be helpful if the DM gave at least half of the party here the capacity to control their characters again.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, I don't have a mini in this map.
Oh,
You don't have a... Oh, right. Sorry. Yes,
I'm in the library.
because you're in the library. Yeah. Give me a second. I'd forgotten that we did the library thing.
Oh yeah, what happened? I forgot what the end result of that was. Did I get a piece of information or no?
You did. So the piece of information that you got, and you were looking for a way to make like anti-magic devices. The piece of information you got was that in order to make an anti-magic device, you need a component that drains magic. And roll me an intelligence check.
Okay. Let's see. 6.
Okay. You can't really remember or think at the moment. Brain's a little foggy. You don't really know where you would find such a component. They probably exist, but... Wait, you really rolled a 6 on an intelligence check?
I rolled a
Yep.
3 and got +3.
Wow. I guess,
Yep.
yeah, I guess Horace was the one who was built into intelligence, so I suppose that...
Could I?
Hmm?
No, that doesn't make any sense. No worries.
Could you what?
It's a specific part of my character that I've decided not to use on purpose yet.
Okay, yeah. Fair enough. But yeah. So what are you guys planning to do?
Let's go talk to the fit demon lady, and I'm still looking at trying to fuck Blackwood.
If Prod's gonna go talk to a demon lady, I should probably supervise.
Yeah. She was fun. She was nice. She didn't hurt us much. Where
Um,
was she at? She was at Blackwood's offices, right?
So Isaac didn't tell you this in character, but technically speaking, let's just say he wrote on a napkin. And you guys have an address in the Low District of Farrenholm. It is a place called the Pillar Stoop Tavern.
Let's go!
Hey,
that
adventure.
You
part-
should have your
Magic shop
character
or no?
back, by the way, Zarian.
Oh yeah, do we have to pass the magic
Yeah.
shop to get there?
Pretty much. I mean, any person who like enters the city any further than this has to pass by the magic shop. It's literally right on the main street.
so it might be
good.
worth popping into the magic shop on the way to the tavern.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Before they head out, though, Ingvar's just going to grab some extra food from the barkeep for the dragon. You know,
I
just-
arrived to fit demon lady. What the heck? Oh, we haven't yet arrived at fit
Oh,
demon lady.
and while Ingvar's going like away, like talking to the tavern, I sort of do a quick bartender. I can do a quick huddle with everyone else. Okay, so law has been uncovered. Let's all be nice to Ingvar. All right, that just let's be nice to the boy. All right,
Okay.
he's going through it.
I don't know.
Okay. I think that's
Okay.
about it.
Right. So are you bringing the dragon with you, or are you leaving
I
the
might as
dragon
well.
stabled?
Might as well bring him. No, bring him
Okay.
with us. But I get like, I don't know, 10 silvers worth of food for him or something.
10 silvers worth of food is a decent amount of food. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a decently sized bag of beef jerky and pork rinds. So.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, I'm blanketed today. I'm in my slanket. It's a blanket, but with arms. Literally.
You look
I-
so cuddly.
I'm very cozy. Yes.
Someone go make them a cup of tea.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't have tea at the moment.
I don't have tea either.
I will
It's
put on the
terrible.
kettle.
Thank
I
you.
have tea.
So he's getting the
I
bag
have
of
not
food,
been
showing
feeling
everybody.
great these past few days, so.
I'm gonna mute so I can yell at my brother to make me a cup of tea.
I'm
Oh,
at the
there we
opposite end. It's just too warm in here.
Okay, so where are you guys headed to the magic shop first?
I think that's probably best.
Ekron's Wonder Emporium. Okay, so
Definitely doesn't sound like a necromancer.
Excuse me.
what, Ekron?
Yeah.
I don't think that sounds like a necromancer, I'm gonna be honest.
A secret
Dark Souls.
place. Take me away.
Okay, so you all make your way down to Ekron's Wonder Emporium. Just in time to see the doors fly open.
Ooh.
And careening out of the magic shop, with the literal seat of his pants on fire, you see a dwarven fellow with large sort of essentially sort of ringlets in his beard, who is sprinting as fast as he can down the street now. And you see Ekron with one hand full of fire shouting, "And don't come back, you thieving bastard!" And he turns to you and goes, "Oh! My favorite customers! Come in, come in!"
You're right there, Chief.
Yes, just some... It's just... nothing to worry about. Please, come in.
Not
come in.
to imply anything that I would accuse someone else of being racist if they burst up, but did I recognize the dwarf?
Roll me an intelligence check.
Oh hell.
Actually, that's a question, because Ingvar worked with dwarves. I wonder if he would have recognized them.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You didn't recognize the dwarf himself. There's a lot of dwarves.
Yes,
Most
there
of
are.
them don't look alike.
I don't know every dwarf.
You did recognize the symbol of his family.
Oh hell.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Okay.
So, very quick rundown. When a dwarf is crafted, because in this world they are not born, they are crafted. Dwarves are built by other dwarves. They're basically golems given true life, transformed by divine energies into physical flesh and bone, stuff like that. When a dwarf is crafted, the beard and the jewelry and items within the beard become a symbol of that dwarf's family. So the way that the beard is crafted, the way it looks, and the various jewelry and iconography that is placed within the beard becomes that symbolism of a family. And dwarves who are cast out from their families or from their society will have their beard cut off basically.
Yeah.
It's not just like a symbol of family, but it's also to a degree a symbol of status. It is the symbol of being a dwarf, essentially. And when the beard is cut off, you end up with essentially an outcast, or among other times, not always outcasts, but dwarves who do not want to be associated with that family anymore, or that society. Essentially. With that, this dwarf had a full beard in ringlets. There was some iconography in it. You recognize it, Darren, as the family of Thunderholm. This family is not particularly active up here in the north. Thunderholm is a lesser known blacksmithing family that works in sort of the more western regions of sort of southwestern regions. So they're not local to this area, but they've garnered enough of a name for themselves to be able to be recognized if you were to be looking for that sort of thing, essentially.
Ah, I see. It's the Joneses.
Hmm?
It's basically my family's equivalent of the Joneses.
Kind of, yeah, a little bit. Like they're not massively well known, but they're well known enough for a person who would have rolled relatively well on their perception and general intelligence check to actually be able to tell, essentially.
Right, right.
Anyway,
Continuing on.
continuing on. Come in, my friend.
Now that I have verified it's not another one of my family members.
It is not. No, they might have had brief contact with your family, but probably not. It's unlikely, generally speaking. Anyway, Ekron beckons you into the interior of his shop, towards the counter. Come in. What can I do for you today?
We have a suit of armor that we need properly identified.
So, a suit of armor, you say? Suit of armor.
Yes, we found it by circuitous means, and we'd like to make sure that it's above board.
It's probably cursed, I think.
You think cursed?
It's got that
Cursed
kind
armor.
of general vibe. It's giving curse.
It's got mortis in the name, like death in the name, but none of the effects I could identify are bad.
Well, bring it here. Bring it here.
A thunk.
Okay. So you lay the chest down on the counter space, and Ekron opens it up and pulls out a set of massively complicated goggles that have various lenses that slot into place. Think a la Hellboy, Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, those massive sort of goggles that they use to find the troll market. Does anyone remember that? I don't know. Ekron places these goggles on and takes a look at this large chest, opens the chest up and takes a look at this dusty-looking armor. Dusty, ashy-looking armor. And I'm going to roll him an Arcana check as he uses Identify. Okay. Right. Well. Ekron looks over.
Cast guidance for it.
Sure. I guess. I mean,
Okay, out of
it's a little late. The
1d4.
roll's already been done.
I guess we'll just do it on any future rolls.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so. Ekron looks over this armor. He lays a hand on it. You watch as a small spark of purplish blue energy seems to appear in the goggles and then travels down to his hand where it sort of does a sensation across the armor. You all watch as he sort of draws his hand back and looks at it. What you have here is legendary. This is the Mortis armor. It's strange. The Mortis armor is a rumor. It is said to be the most, well, maybe not powerful, but one of the most versatile pieces of plate armor ever crafted. It is lighter than most other armors, but it still requires strength to keep it together. It was originally worn by a paladin of Metanol. There are conflicting legends around this armor. Some say that those who wore it were able to melt into shadow, and now having seen it, I can definitely say for certain that is true. There are other more conflicting stories that tell that whenever this armor was worn, the wearer would triumph on the battlefield every time. But I can't see any enchantment that would allow for that sort of thing. It's strange. There's more to this armor, but I can't seem to see past the initial enchantments. Let me tell you the story of the Mortis armor. When, during the Second Age, during the age of mages, of magic wizardry, there was a necromancer in Necrinir, the capital city down in the east. It was the necromancer's name has been lost to time, but it is said that he created the Mortis armor. He was a necromancer and a blacksmith. It is said that the armor was a gift to the head of the Order of the Black Rose. That is an order of Metanos church. The story goes that the gift was given to the head of the order at the time, who was Divana, I think. And it was worn with pride. You can see for yourself, and you look at the armor, and it is incredibly well crafted. There is very slight sort of paneling and chiseling. There's tiny little details of floral arrangements across the breastplate alone, and every single inch of this armor looks ceremonial, but it also looks battered, as if it's been through war multiple times. As the story goes, the first wearer of the Mortis armor was burned to death inside the Temple of the Black Rose. She was essentially, shall we say, sacrificed. Well, sacrifice might not be the right word, but she died. She died, burned to death in her own armor. And when the armor was found, it was almost pristine, save for the fact that every time someone moved it, it flaked like ash. The body that was inside it was never found. People assumed that it was burned to cinders, and the armor is the only thing that survived. But we don't know for sure. But I'm afraid I can't help you much more than that. The Mortis armor is legendary, and by the looks of it, this is the real thing. But it does not seem cursed. There may be more knowledge underneath this, but I do not have the ability to access it, I'm afraid. If there's anything else I can help you with, though.
I believe there's also a greatsword in there.
A greatsword. And he looks under the armor.
Just to give that an extra look over, make sure it's all
and yeah, there is underneath it the necrotic greatsword. He looks at it and goes, mild enchantment, yes. Just a little bit of extra necrosis on the blade, but nothing. Well, it's dangerous, but nothing cursed.
Oh, lovely.
Right. I would guess I'll just pick up the suit of armor and the sword and turn to Prod and say, "Happy birthday."
Prod, maybe one thing before we had it. Could you cast Detect Good and Evil on the armor?
I don't need to cast it. I believe it's divine sense, and I just point it towards the thing.
Could you vibe check the armor for me?
I'm just gonna look at it real hard.
You vibe check the armor. Do you need to roll anything for this?
I don't think I do.
Okay, so it's yeah. You vibe check the armor. It's fucking evil. It is so evil. Like you look at it, and the aura of the armor is glowing black. Like this thing is radiating malice and so much dark magic that was poured into its creation. And like when you touch the armor, it's like ice cold. That it is ice cold to the touch, but it looks like it's slowly burning. It's radiating evil and malice, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. It just means that the creator, the enchanter, the enchantments imbued into it are from a source of dark magic, essentially.
Rod wants to wear it.
Rod wants to wear it. All right.
Rod wants to put that on.
Well, shit, Moon's haunted. Okay, happy birthday.
Bearing in mind, none of the rest of us knows.
So Prod doesn't say anything. He vibe checks the armor and he's like, "It's all good."
Yeah, none of us knows that it's evil as all hell.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm still
Front
just
fucker.
handing you this stuff and saying happy birthday.
And he like looks over, and goes, "Ah, sick."
Okay.
Does it have a cutout for the abs?
It does not. It
He
sadly,
strongly
Oh, one.
debates whether he wants to put it on.
I mean, it's what it has, right? Is it has this segmented sort of chest plate situation, and on where the abs would be, it has this curling vine pattern that then sort of transfers into this sort of rose right at the center. And you can see that in the rose there are 5 red ruby gems that are placed in the armor. They're very difficult to see, they're tiny, but they are sort of on the thorns of the vines that look like slight dripping blood. Very slight.
Sick.
So, yeah, it's up to you as to whether you want to wear this and attune to it.
Firstly, I turn to the dude and go, if, and only if, we didn't want to wear this, how much could we sell it to you for?
The mortis armor. Well,
It's legendary.
it is legendary. I don't usually dabble in armors, you see. I'm more of a weapons person, spells person. Armors aren't really my purview. I know someone who I could sell it to, but obviously I would have to sell it to them for a higher price than I'm buying it from you, and it's just business, you understand.
I mean, if you don't want it, never mind.
Well, I didn't say that. I mean, let me run some calculations. And he turns around and starts shuffling some books around, pulls one out, writes some stuff down. Not knowing as much as I would like about this, obviously. Probably around 2,000 gold.
2,000 gold. Okay. No worries.
Bearing in mind,
a
by the
national
way,
treasure.
that the scroll of true invisibility that he offered you the other day was around 4,500.
Oh, so there's armor in heck.
You know what? I'll wear it.
You'll wear it out.
It might be less this armor ain't hack and more they're actively trying to scam
In the
us.
shop, I strip down all of the other things I'm wearing in the shop, throw it on the floor, butt naked, put the armor on.
Okay.
Is it bad that I've become immune to this?
Probably.
Ekron sort of watches with wide eyes and then sort of turns away. You just
No,
see
you
him
can
just...
you can look all you want, babes.
You really
I'm
should put some
quite
signage
alright,
to the
thank you.
changing room.
I don't think
Um,
this is a usual occurrence.
Okay, so... are you choosing to attune to this item?
I am not choosing to attune to it right now. I think I'm gonna attune to it tonight.
Well, let me put it this way. If you wear it for an hour, you will have attuned to it.
Oh, then yeah.
Yeah. It's a time thing. You have to spend time with the item. It's not necessarily a focus thing.
I mean, I could just speed it up.
I mean, it doesn't work like that. It is literally a time thing.
What if you kept taking it off
you need
after
to
like
understand
every
that you are
59
choosing
minutes?
to attune to this. Like,
Yes, I'm choosing to attune to it. For everyone who can't, for everyone else, I was miming rubbing my body.
okay.
As a way to
This
speed it up.
is the information you learn now that you have attuned to it.
Yay! Paladin stuff! I'm not evil, I'm a good guy!
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And that's his true belief.
Well, at least you'll fit
Enjoy.
in the, like...
Oh, hold on. Hold on, this message is too long for me to send. Give me a second.
Oh.
164 letters too long, apparently.
Just chop it in half.
Yeah.
At least you'll fit in with the, like, evil underworld lords that we're going to be dealing with for a bit.
What do you mean? I'm gorgeous. Can also prod while he's putting all this on, completely, like, either completely aware that it's not okay or just unaware that it's not okay. You can never tell. Going, do you have anything that...
Okay.
Do you have anything that could make me sexier?
Ekron sort of looks at you and goes, maybe. Also, by the way, this is the information that you and the rest of the party got earlier, right? Okay. This here, the following, is the information that you get now that you're attuned to it.
Oh. Oh, that's a lot of words.
Too bad I ain't reading them.
Oh, you're gonna want to read those.
Oh, that's nice. Sorry, you're just gonna have Elfie reading noises.
I'm aggressively scrutinizing your poker face to figure out whether this is good or bad for us.
Oh yeah, you can see my face. Hang on. That's really funny.
Oh, we're
Warming my fucking dice on this insight roll. Rattle, Elfie.
Hang on. There's a lot of words here, and I'm dyslexic.
Chat can't see this, but Elfie has black nail polish, like a black top, a black harness, and fire fangs in today. So...
Just in time for Prod's goth face.
Literally, it is goth armor, so...
Oh!
Time to
That's
storm room.
mean. What?
Yeah, we're screwed. We're so screwed.
I did ask.
Oh, we did our best.
What? No! 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 It's good, but no! Oh no! Oh no! Is there a hole for my dick?
Of all the questions!
Codpiece not included. Top
Okay.
sealed.
Okay, so, like, it specifically states that, okay, it specifically states that, that you can take the armor off, right?
Okay, you can take it off to go to bed.
You can take it off.
Okay.
It's just that after
Okay.
you take a long rest,
It's back
you
on.
will suddenly be wearing it again.
What it means is that I won't be woken up with my dick out again.
Pretty
means
much.
you will-
Like,
it
that
means you
is
will play
technically a
something
good
and
thing.
have it disarmored.
Always up and ready. Never taking like 20 minutes to put it on. Okay.
Like, whenever you fall asleep, when you wake up, you will be wearing the armor again, essentially.
I'm so happy. That was literally my one stipulation.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. In fairness, guys, I would like you to be aware that I did warn Elfie that the party had been carrying around a cursed artifact for like 15 sessions when they first joined the campaign. This was that artifact, by the way. It's not an artifact, it's a legendary item, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. They can share with you this information after an hour in in-game time if they want to, but they don't have to.
We just
No.
kind of forgot it existed.
So my armor class is now 19.
I like that you've already
yeah.
confirmed it's cursed to us, though, Lucian. That's very helpful.
I mean, now
No.
that one of your party members is wearing it, I don't have to hide it anymore. So,
When I attune to an item, does the item? I turn to the librarian and go, "Do you know somewhere where I could get the ab section taken out so people can see my abs?"
I mean, if it's just a material change, I might be able to take care of it for you.
Yes, please.
As you say this, you notice Ekron has turned back around and is holding in his hands a couple of different items.
Ooh, goodies! What
like-
are those?
I don't know if any of these will do exactly what you're looking for, but this is a ring of charming. This is a ring of persuasion. This is an amulet of well, I don't really want to say. And this is this is, and he holds up a ring that's about this big. And he looks at it and goes, I don't really know why I have this.
I
And
do.
I don't know if you have the parts to wear it. And he puts it delicately down on the counter and kind of wipes his hand off.
I mean,
it can't be anywhere.
you're a
else than
true
the local
friend,
store.
Ekron. With a hand on the shoulder. Thank you.
What an ally.
What an ally!
What an ally, yeah.
Could someone cast Identify on the one that he didn't want to talk about? Or
Yeah,
the
sure.
two he didn't want to talk about?
Okay,
I ritual cast Identify.
so you spend 20 minutes
like an
ritual
age.
casting Identify on those two things. Okay, so the first one is an amulet of pure seduction.
Oh, no.
Which, when worn, gives you a +3 to your charisma stat.
Okay, so is that ability score charisma?
Yes.
Could I please get this? Because that puts me at 23 charisma.
Well, we'll get to that in a minute. The other
I
thing...
think that might be a catch, babes. I think that might be a catch.
If I'm
The
horny,
other-
I'm horny. I want to smack people.
The other thing is, for those of you who didn't guess, a cock ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were very subtle about it.
Well, you know, I
Yeah.
wasn't trying to be. It is a cock ring of permanent erection.
I'm glad we're really getting into the deep lore of the sex toy magic market in this session. I feel like it's been missing in this
there
universe.
any more information? Is it exactly what it says on the tin? Or is it like... is it...
Basically, it gives you a +1 to your constitution.
Ah yes, I know this. It was crafted by the great artificer, Louvre Science.
So there was 2 rings.
An amulet, 2 rings, one of charm and one of persuasion. A amulet of true seduction, and a cock ring of permanent erection.
Can I have the...
Do you want me to outline the prices of these things first?
Yeah, but I don't
Yeah.
think that's gonna make a difference to Prod, really.
It will if you can't pay for it.
Is the ring even going to work with that armor? That's my question.
Oh,
Life finds a
don't
way.
even know.
Oh no.
Horrific, I love it.
Okay, so starting from the lowest to the highest, the Ring of Persuasion gives you a +2 to Persuasion once a day, and it costs around 500 gold.
Okay.
The Ring of Charm allows you to cast Charm on a person once a day, and it costs around 750 gold. The Cock Ring of Permanent Erection allows you to add a +1 to your Constitution ability stat. And it costs about 900 gold-ish. And the Amulet of True Seduction, which allows you a +3 to your... I've forgotten the word.
Charisma.
Charisma, thank you. Allows you a +3 to your Charisma stat, direct. Costs 3,500.
Oh, come on, man.
I did say you probably wouldn't be able to afford these things.
This is very expensive. Could I get a little bit of a discount? As a fellow library member, I may be able to provide certain incentives. And I open up like my cloak and I take out a little laminated looking scroll with a bunch of stickers that are very much intended for children that have taken out their first books.
Dear me.
Ekron sort of rubs his eye and looks at the stickers and looks like he's starting to get a headache.
I've never met someone who didn't
Today
at least want me
has
out
been
there.
a weird day for him. He's had to deal with thieves. He's had to deal with an orc stripping down in his
Very sexy
shop.
orc. And a half orc, actually.
He's found a legendary armor, and at the same time been asked to provide things to make someone sexy, and he's not really sure how to do that, so he's a little bit frazzled at the moment.
Now needs to up his game.
Oh god.
Could I do a persuasion check? As, like, clearly we do have some kind of shared interest in magical artifacts and stuff, and they're a member of the library, as far as I remember.
Sure.
I feel like they, as like a seller and purveyor of magic artifacts, would have some kind of agreement, or would be open to some kind of agreement with providing the library or one of its members magic items at a discount. And I want to make the argument that, like, oh, maybe we can upgrade your reader status, so maybe you can get to some of the more private archives that not everyone gets to see.
Ooh.
Okay.
So you do so I scratch your back, you scratch mine with thousands of gold worth of magical artifacts a little bit.
Okay. Alright. Roll me a persuasion.
Charisma, don't fail me now. Can I? Is the Amulet of Sexiness attuned? Like, do you need to attune to it?
The Amulet of True Seduction, yes, you do need to attune
Damn
to
it, okay, I might have been trying to fucking...
You want to pick
Lily
it up and
placed
use
my
it
hand
on him?
on it.
No,
Okay,
that's
it's
not
fine,
how it's
actually.
going to work.
I rolled an 18.
18. Like, full roll, or like...
Full roll.
Okay. Ekron looks at you. Looks at your robes. Looks at the staff. Looks at the index that you hold. And goes... A trade. I will give you the amulet at a discount. And you notice the voice that he's been putting on these past few encounters suddenly disappears. It becomes clear. No accent, no funny little pieces. His voice is crisp. He looks at you and he goes, I will give you the amulet. And in exchange, you will allow me access to your index for 1 day.
Does it have to be today?
If you want the amulet today, then yes. If not, I can always manage another day.
You don't intend to do anything nefarious with it, do you?
I don't intend to do anything that would harm the library, if that's what you mean.
Yes, that's exactly what I meant. Thank you for clarifying. Okay, go ahead. Don't dog-ear. That's very not nice. But yeah, just take good care of it.
Holds out his clawed hand and waits.
Can I insight check
Sure.
if he's actually like telling the truth?
Did I do that
19.
18. And Elfie?
too?
19, not 18.
Oh, 19. Okay.
Did I do it? No.
Maybe.
9.
9. Okay. Ekron is a businessman, and that makes him difficult to read. Very difficult. He's used to doing this. He's used to being essentially a grifter. He likes to play things to other people's tastes, and he likes to push the boundaries of what is possible when it comes to collecting coin. You try and read him. You don't sense that he's planning anything nefarious or evil. He definitely has an interest in the library, and there's a lot that one can accomplish with the librarian's index. But he doesn't seem overly worried that what he's going to do seems like it'll cause problems.
How about this? I'm more than willing to give you the index, but what if you just sweetened the pot a little bit with some information, completely monetarily free to you? You wouldn't happen to know where I could find something to act as an anti-magic core, would you? Something that sucks up ambient magic.
Anti-magic core. I may know a place.
Well, with that exchange, I'm more than happy, and I hold out my index.
Okay. As the index leaves your hand and leaves your person, you watch as small sparks of lightning trail from your fingers to the index for a moment before Ekron's claws touch it. And lightning transfers from you to him. And he picks it up and looks at it. And he pulls out a quill.
You do not write in books!
And he opens the index. And the quill, you notice, is blue and silver. And has silver lettering on the spine of the quill. The word archive. He takes the quill, flips through the pages a few times, writes a single word in the back of the book. And you all watch as from the air a small golden portal opens up. And a mechanical hand moves through it, holding in its hand a large grey tome with golden locks on it. He takes the tome, turns back to this big chest at the back of the room, opens it, and you all watch as this chest, something sparks and slants out of it. He places the tome in the chest and closes it and locks it. Closes the index with a snap. Puts the quill back in his jacket pocket. He places the index down on the table. Places the amulet on top of it. Slides it forward and says, "Anti-magic is a very dangerous thing. You can find some in the northern wastes. There is a place where mages battled each other for dominance. Anti-magic is produced when an area is sucked dry of magical power.
Well, like, if you wanted to check out the book, I could have just taken your card.
Any place that is, shall we say, has been a war zone between mages will have a degree of anti-magic in it. But in the northern wastes, there is a great battlefield. But once you go there, once you enter that place, magical items will cease to function. They are known as magic wastes. They are known to be dangerous and incredibly deadly. I would not go there without some form of decent armament that does not rely on magic. Now, our business is concluded. Unless any of you have something to pick up, I'm always happy to serve my favorite customers.
Thank
That was
you.
very ominous. Did you mean that? That was quite ominous, the way you put that. Was that intentional?
Ekron just smiles.
Is it the way he's
Thanks,
smiling?
Prod, unaware of the situation. Thanks there, champ. Claps him on the shoulder. You're a good lad. And fucks right off.
Well, I could have apparently fucking doomed the entire world. I don't know what that book was.
It's fine.
You know, what is a +3 word?
+3 to charisma.
Okay, are you having that amulet or is Prod having that amulet?
It would do better for me because my casting score is charisma, and that would put me at 23. Because magic items can boost you over 20.
Yeah, fuck it. Go for it.
Nice.
That's okay. We're just gonna have to rely on the good old-fashioned Prod charm. Prod's
I think I just felt Darren die.
Prod's unimaginably sexy aura will have to work. Let's go and see that demon lady.
I mean, yes, Lang, but I don't know if there's one in actual canon.
I have to imagine there isn't, but I know I've seen source books.
To the Baldur's Gate 3 wiki.
Anyways, onwards to Demon Lady.
Yes, indeed.
Was that cock ring homebrew?
Yes.
When did you homebrew that?
Let's not ask these questions.
Literally the moment you asked about sexy things from the magic shop.
You're such a sexy DM. That was so good. So inventive. 10 out of 10. I love that.
I was like...
In your slanket or whatever.
I was like, what do I do here? What do I do here? And the answer was, I'm gonna homebrew a magic cock ring that gives you a +1 to Constitution because I couldn't figure out what would line up with stamina.
Does this mean that there are rules for doing the do?
I don't know!
I don't want to find out.
Find out!
Oh my god.
Push
Right.
this with me!
Anyway,
Well, roll
everybody,
initiative to fuck.
5-minute break so that I can process what's just happened.
A
Enjoy
lot.
your new armor, Elfie.
I shall. Thank you, sweetheart.
Wait, did I get kicked out of the
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are back. Now you wanted to ask something of Ekron before you left the thing, Lydia, didn't you?
Yeah, I was gonna ask about the quiver, but when I vanished for like 2 minutes and I came back to shut doors, it's like, oh well, never mind then.
Yeah. These things happen live. Okay, so which quiver were you asking about?
Yeah, this was a while back.
Please tell me you have notes, because I don't keep them. Well, I do keep them. I keep too many is the
I
problem.
was gonna say, you're the dungeon master. It's kind of your job.
All I remember, I think it was something to do with duplicating arrows, and I think it was about 400 gold, which I didn't have on us at the time.
Okay, yeah, I remember now.
But we've since been paid since then.
Okay, so yes. It's not a quiver, it is a bow.
I was
And it is a bow that when you fire an arrow from it, it duplicates.
I was looking
It
at the
is-
table, and I'm like, there's a bow and a quiver on there. It's got to be one of them.
Yeah, it's the bow. Essentially, when you fire an arrow from the bow, it duplicates the arrow. It's a +1 bow, so it's not quite as good on the hit. But honestly, you have you're pretty good on the hit, generally speaking. So yeah. And it's worth 400 gold. You are correct on that one.
Hey, so my memory isn't completely useless.
You remembered most of it.
So yeah, before the door slams in his face, Invo's just like, I'm not going to bother you with, strange sexual items. I'm just going to ask if you still have that. You remember the last time I was here and that you told me about a bow that duplicates arrows?
Yes. I still have that. I still have that.
I believe you mentioned it was about 400?
400. Yes, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Would you like to purchase?
I would, because I actually have the money on me now.
Oh, wonderful. I don't suppose you'd be willing to trade in your current situation, would you?
What, the ash shop roll?
Well, it seems relatively resilient, and I could probably enchant it at some point.
I mean, sure. I can't see me needing 2 boars, so
Wonderful. I'll knock 50 gold off the price then.
sounds pretty reasonable to me. And he places 350 gold and the boar on the counter.
Okay. What is called the oh god, let me look at my notes. Combat items. The doubling bow. It is a +1 bow. Requires attunement. And is it essentially doubles every arrow. So where your what was your ash short bow's original hitting damage dice?
Oh god, hold on a minute. I'm just writing things down. Sure, boy, it's in this pile of crap somewhere. I'll be an equipment man. It was I've got 1d6 on here.
1d6. Okay, so yeah, the doubling bow will do 2d6 damage. So yeah, an additional d6.
Nice. I might not be as useless.
I mean, you're pretty good. I'm gonna be honest, but okay. Is that everything?
Yeah, that's everything.
Nobody else?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. So,
I
you all
I just stab
exit
things.
Ekron's Wonder Emporium, and enter the mid-morning light of the street. Prod, at this point, your armor is about halfway attuned, so it's been about half an hour. Where would you all like to go?
To the demon lady.
Demon lady!
As
The demon
as
lady.
was planned.
To
I was-
the Pillar Stoop Tavern.
Yes.
There are several ways you can get there. You can either go down the main road into the Low District, or you can go... Okay, sorry. You can either go down the side road into the Low District, or you can go down the main road, turn a corner, and go down a set of stairs. It's up to you guys.
Let's go via the side streets to make our presence a little less known. I know we have a dragon, I don't want to scare the common folk.
We have a dragon and we have like a 7-foot tall orc in like jet black armor.
Okay, but
And me, my sexiness
I
oozes through the armor.
I should probably clarify then. It's not a side street, it's just that, like, this is the main street, right?
Hmm.
And then this is the other street, basically. So
Oh, what's that little house to the left?
Oh, that's the apothecary
Oh.
that Horace went to and picked up potions of haste from
Oh yeah.
and kept.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that bird owes me money. I forgot.
He left 50 gold, remember?
They took almost all of my gold.
And bought a thing that Darren owns.
Oh, is it Darren? Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
It doesn't matter where we go as long as we get there.
economy of scale.
Okay. I mean, easiest way is Main Street. Okay, so you head along down. Down, 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 into the Low District. So, quick
So
rundown.
low, there's a rock floating above us.
Well, so the Low District is actually built under the castle, is the thing. So the way, okay, the way that this area is kind of created, it's a bit like a corkscrew. Skyreach Castle is at the top, and it sort of winds its way down through the High District, down through the Middle District, and down into the Low District. That kind of splays out underneath the cliffs that the castle is on top of, and out the other side to where the harbour is. So a lot of this area is actually underneath these vast sort of cavern-like constructions that are supported by pillars. Yeah, there's a lot of rocks. There's a lot of rocks and there's a lot of pillars. Because essentially the entirety of the Low District is built in areas that were mined out from underneath the castle. Okay. So, the four of you and a dragon make your way down into the Low District. And it takes you a little bit, asking for directions and stuff. But eventually, you come across the Pillar Stoop Tavern. And it's relatively easy to find. It's on the crossroads. And it, like the name implies, is situated directly under one of the massive pillars that supports the cavernous ceiling above you. It looks relatively shabby, is the best way I can describe it. It's got more personality than pizzazz. The building is an old sort of wooden and stone construction. Lots of extra boards on all the walls. All the stone pillars that go up the walls are a little bit cracked and a bit aged, one could say. And the entire place looks like the kind of place a lot of thieves would hang out, essentially.
Everyone stow your purses.
It's fun that you think that would actually help as much. Anyways, on we go.
I keep mine in my magical fanny pack.
I keep mine in my magical fanny.
God
Not
damn
the
it.
fanny of holding.
And no one gets to know what that means.
I think everybody knows what that means.
But do they, though?
I don't
But
know.
do
I don't
Choose
wanna
not
ask.
to.
Okay.
They're all an anti-intelligence check.
Sure. The lower you roll, the more you know.
17. I don't know what the fuck a genital is.
Be grateful. Okay. So yeah, you guys enter into the the Pillar Stoop Tavern. And it's a rough-looking crowd, to be quite honest. There's some interesting figures. There's sailors. There's a few odd creatures. You notice what looks to be some kind of rat person.
Fuck yeah.
There's an elf in the back corner. There's a few halflings with heavy armor. There is a minotaur at the bar, holding at his side a great axe. And you look around. It does take you a moment, but then you spot at the bar as well the short-ish woman with small horns and a slight tail, that is Deranax Vaughan, Lord Gabriel Blackwood's secretary.
Prod's so happy right now, he's just gonna talk. Hey, yeah, barkeep, one for all myself and my crew, and a very expensive, what would you like for this lovely woman here?
Deranax turns to look at you and goes, I never want to shy away from a free drink. Fire whiskey. On the
Fire
rocks.
whiskey. On the rocks.
And the barkeep sort of turns to her, looks at you, nods. He's a sullen-looking fellow. Doesn't look like he cares all that much about what's going on around him. Pause. What did you ask for, Alfie?
Oh, we all have fire whiskey.
Okay. Pours 5 shots of fire whiskey and drops a small pebble into each of them. Literally a rock. And you watch as the entire pebble just dissolves.
Sexy.
And a small dout of flame comes out the top of the glass. The little shot glass. And
Good health.
Deranax picks up the shot glass and downs it in one gulp. And you watch, you can actually see the glow of the fire whiskey as it goes down her throat. And she turns to you. And she's short. She's very short. And she's old. She looks like your typical grandmother. Except for the horns that poke out of her, She's not a MILF!
Say shit!
Milf.
It's you on you! That's on you!
No one said a single letter of that.
I know! I was watching Elfie's camera!
No one risk it!
Roll perception to see if she's in fact a milf.
Roll perception. Is she a MILF? Hang on. Get
Roll
my
me perception.
Jesus.
I love the back and forth writing of a dungeon master and their party. It's such a beautiful thing to witness.
Uh-huh.
Remember the last time Ingvar had anything to do with fireballs and he just ended up taking Gilk's eyebrows off?
It's true.
12. Is she a MILF?
No.
Fuck!
Failed the MILF roll.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Prods into it anyway.
Thanks, Brain. If she's
Like-
not a MILF, is she a DILF?
Yeah, devil.
She is... okay, so she looks to be human-wise in her 80s.
Oh, Christ.
she's probably
She's
the
got
eighth
grey
family.
hair that curls in a little bob. She's wearing what looks to be a small cardigan, and
Aw.
she looks very grandmotherly, essentially. She looks like the classic storybook picture of a grandmother. A little bit too neat, a little bit too tidy. If it wasn't for the little horns and the tail, probably wouldn't be able to tell her apart from a normal person.
She sounds like
And the
a
fact that
good
she's
lord.
drinking fire whiskey as well. But she's wearing a little floral print skirt. She's got little buckled shoes. Little like knee-high stockings.
Oh, that's so cute.
She's wearing essentially the storybook grandmother attire. All that's missing is a floral bonnet, but her hair is in little curls. She looks very out of place here in this.
Oh,
rough
but
and
she's
tumble
not.
place.
Well, Miss... Hang on, what's her surname again? Sorry.
Vaughan.
Daranax.
Daranax
Vaughan.
of Vaughan.
Well, Miss Daranac Vaughan, I have a feeling we might have some things to discuss. Would you like me to get you another fire whiskey? We can sit over at a table and have a chat.
The bartender sort of taps the counter and says,
Or over the gold.
That'll be 6 gold. Each
How
fire
many?
whiskey, 6 gold. Each fire whiskey shot costs a gold, essentially.
Fuck
It's
it.
expensive stuff.
Yeah, I throw it over.
Okay. So you take the 5 and take the 4 shots, hand them out to your party, and Daranax takes a second shot, essentially equating to 6 gold. And she turns to you and goes, "Well, you have my attention. Please." And she gestures to an empty table.
Yes! Smooth talking! He's got no social skills, but he can pretend that he does. Come on then,
Okay.
you lot.
Okay, I take my cup of what I can only presume is fucking magma at this point from the visuals, and I head over to the table.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna regret this in the morning, I'm sure.
Ingvar's just
Oh, the
looking
knife
at
in the
it.
table! That's so cool! Sorry. I'm just appreciating
Yes.
the aesthetics.
You can tell a map was clearly ruined here. Years of work, gone in an instant.
Oh, I gotta...
Ingvar's just kind of looking at the fireball whiskey and just kind of mutters, the last time I drank one of these, I removed someone's eyebrows from their face.
On
Have any of
purpose
you
or by
drank
accident?
yours yet?
Oh, prod! Absolutely.
I
Roll me a Constitution check.
I will also drink mine.
Saving throw, I should say.
Saving throw!
I haven't drunk, I'm just looking at it.
Oh, I roll a 19.
Come on, man.
No.
8.
8. Okay. So, on a 19, librarian, you gulp back the fire whiskey, and it burns. Like, it properly burns. You can feel the heat dripping down your throat. But after a minute or so, you're like, actually, That's nice. It's warm. You feel warm. It's actually quite nice.
That's one spicy magma morsel. Oof.
Elfie. Prod drains the glass. You feel it slowly drip down your throat. It's hot. It's very hot. It's so... You feel something building in your chest, in your lungs.
Why is it spicy?
You belch. And a gout of flame jets out of the front of your face. Who is standing in front of you?
If I go...
Definitely not me.
It depends. Is Prod facing
They
the right
cross
direction?
from...
Like, are you facing at the table at the moment?
No. He's moved his head. Like, if he feels a burp, he's not gonna burp in someone's face, he's gonna burp to the side, so he's gonna burp over in this area of free space. Please.
Okay, so kind of like
Oh,
here-ish?
yeah, there-ish.
That poor,
Okay.
that poor fucking
Oh,
hell.
that poor elf.
You burp, and you watch as a gout of flame whoosh, shoots out from your mouth.
Uh-huh.
And the elf, who has been sitting at another table, feels the heat rush past his head. And you look at him just as he looks at you, and you look behind him, and you see that his ponytail has caught fire. And is very quickly burning away.
Can't. Does Prod have any liquid?
No?
No.
Can
I
I do a Arcana check to know if our new friend has thaumaturgy innately?
Are
Are they tiefling? Or like related to demons in some way?
Daranax?
Yeah, Daranax.
You are aware that she is a demon.
I just
Or
kind
she's a
of
devil, rather.
yeah. Could I just serve it to her? Because they all have innate thaumaturgy, so they should be able to like do gusts of wind and stuff. I'm sorry.
She
Could you?
doesn't seem bothered.
Oh.
Job and roll!
Prod grabs the ponytail, and goes, "I'm awfully sorry about this," and like extinguishes it in their hand. Their hand will probably.
Okay, so what you're essentially doing is you, a 6'5", 7-foot orc, are walking up to an elf who's like maybe about a foot shorter than you, reaching around the back of their head, grabbing their ponytail and leaning in like this.
Awfully sorry, and I literally, what I do, other hand goes into the pocket. I pull out 3 gold coins, put it in front of them. Go. I accidentally set fire to your ponytail. Awfully sorry about that, my man. Let go, because it's out, and I walk away.
Me, very quickly, roll me
Rivalry always works.
either intimidation or persuasion. Your choice.
It's gonna be intimidation.
Oh no, we're gonna end with a bomb.
Can I see
When-
this happening and cast guidance?
Sure.
Okay.
You got guidance.
Okay. How much does guidance add to a roll?
1d4.
I'm gonna do that. Oh, okay. I don't really need guidance because I got a nat 20.
Nice.
That
The
was an
elf-
intimidation.
The elf looks up at you, eyes wide, and goes beet red. And looks at you. And the look that he is giving you is more akin to someone who has just wet their pants and is kind of there for it.
Kink discovered.
Apparently, yes.
Unlocked.
You set more, as Elanius has said, you set more than their hair on fire.
Yeah, I just go, good boy. And then I turn around and continue the conversation.
The elf just drops to his knees. And just stares at the floor.
Just let him vibe. Let that just happen. We were having a business meeting.
You turn back to the table.
I mean, if we end up having a bar fight, that's one person on our side. That's all I gotta say.
Maybe.
They will have pissed pants, but they'll be on our side.
Okay, so you all turn back to the table. The elf, you can hear, is quietly sobbing on the floor.
I think you
Understandable.
broke him.
That's okay. I do it all the time.
Oh my.
Okay, so. What are you discussing? Daranax is observing you all with a slightly raised eyebrow. She recognizes you, definitely. But she hasn't said anything yet.
How private is this? Oh, well,
Yeah. Good question. How private is this? Because we're currently in a bar surrounded by a bunch of
Well,
very
I
well patrons.
we'll ask her how private this conversation is, because she'll know best. Because this seems to be her haunt.
She looks around, and then goes, "Anything you say here will be kept quiet." And as she says this, you all feel a subtle thrum of magic, followed by most of the sounds in the tavern vanishing.
Oh, it's my introvert dream.
I'm guessing I
Being able to have
see
a
her
quiet-
cast
being able to have a
silence.
quiet conversation inside
She's
of a
cast
inside of a
something
bar.
similar to silence, yeah. Seems what it... Like, you can all see the other patrons still speaking. You can see the elf slightly sobbing on the floor, but you can't hear any of them.
Okay.
As if you're in your own little bubble of privacy.
I'm gonna gesture to Darren to talk, because Prod's reached his full capacity of good talkness. Talk good.
I presume you're aware that we have a mutual acquaintance of a certain repute.
I am, yes.
There has been recent rumors that we were looking to backstab that particular individual. Now, of course, as you perhaps know from a recent display, those rumors were quelled quite abruptly with their spreader's removal from the mortal coil.
Yes.
I'm curious to know what, if any, interest you had in such rumors.
Well, you're thieves, by the looks of it. Motley band, I'd say. Many people could use your services. Why take an interest in me?
Because I get the sensation that you're not here entirely of your own choice.
She raises an eyebrow at you.
In which case, we might be open to providing you a different one.
All right. I'm listening.
That's as far as we got, mate.
Is
Well,
that something you're saying in character, or?
yeah,
Yeah?
Oh boy.
that's fully something. That's as far as we got, mate.
We know that Blackwood has your contract hidden away somewhere. We were wondering if you might be able to give us some more information on that.
You've proven, however strange your methods are, that you are able to at least complete a task, though it's debatable as to how quietly you managed to do it.
Again, chandeliers were not correctly labeled. We thought it was open into. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's fine.
As long as somebody doesn't pull a lever that they shouldn't do, we should be okay.
It was not clearly labeled.
And you can
Don't just
They're
go
an
around
expert
pulling
at
levers!
hand. It is true, I could use your assistance. I will not force you into anything, but if you help me, I would, let us say, owe you a favor. And a favor from someone like me is very hard to come. The contract that binds me is kept in a vault under Lord Blackwood's estate. It is, how you say, mortal made, the contract. So only mortal hands can break it. I cannot touch it. Whosoever holds the contract would be able to end it as long as they are of mortal flesh. Lord Blackwood does not like visitors to the vault. I cannot enter it. The divine protections. She looks annoyed at this. Are designed to keep my kind out. But you, mortals, creatures of a mortal nature, you would be able to get past these defenses, I believe. If I tell you when Blackwood will be otherwise engaged, give you the exact location of the vault, inform you of some of the defenses that I know of, you could take whatever you want from there, as long as you get me that contract and rip it to pieces.
And how can we be certain that this conversation won't reach anyone else's ears?
You can't, but if you get caught in the vault, you will be executed on the spot, and I won't have to worry. about my position being put in jeopardy, I have no reason to inform on you.
Could I do a history check to see how much I know about infernal contracts?
Okay.
I'm also gonna do some description of sense motive on this on this character.
So
see
insight.
yeah, that's the one.
Okay. Roll it.
I got a 10 for history.
Okay. And why?
It's not gonna be good. That is a 9 total for insight.
Mm.
I'm just too trusting, you know.
She seems to be telling the truth, as far as you can tell.
Not saying much.
As for history on infernal contracts, you don't know too much. But you do know that infernal contracts have to be signed. They cannot be verbal. They have to have a physical component to them.
Do I know if they can have two at the same time?
I expect they can.
Or do I
That's-
know that, like,
As
it
long as
is
they're not in
very
direct
much
conflict.
part of Infernal thing that they only really keep their word on written stuff?
You know that they keep their word on written stuff. As long as there is a physical contract, they will always keep their word. You don't know if they can take out more than one contract. You don't know if that sort of thing... You don't really have that much of a knowledge of the infernal ties to the mortal realm. Other than they usually use written contracts.
What if we were to make a contract with you to destroy your previous one? Would that be possible? Then we make sure everyone keeps their end of the bargain, and if we die, well, the contract is voided and you have nothing to do on that end.
Daranax thinks for a second. I would be amenable to that. But understand, if you attempt to breach our contract, I would be forced to take drastic action. And with this, the shadows behind her lengthen. You watch as the entire room starts to blacken, and her form shifts and changes and morphs and grows until standing before you is a 9-foot-tall creature with chains hanging from her wrists.
Insight, is that a MILF?
But there's certainly
nice.
something hanging from her.
And then her form shifts back. The light returns. No one else seems to have noticed what happened.
Well,
What is it?
Yes,
Elf?
you can roll me an insight check, Elfie.
Not the fucking MILF roll again.
Damn it. 6.
You don't know. You can't tell. The only thing you could see were her breasts because you were right under them.
I feel like that would be a good indicator.
Baby!
Oh lord. Oh lord. Well,
Yeah, they had boobs. That works.
The only thing you could see were her breasts, the belly button piercing, the large chain bikini that she was wearing, the fact that her wings had piercings all along the edge, the massive chain that she was holding from one arm that had giant spikes on it, etc., etc. Everything
That's
below, you could see pretty much everything below the tits.
Mwah! That's a MILF.
Hmm. Hmm.
Or just
So-
an ILF.
Yeah, I guess.
I just think that's an ILF.
while she's like shrinking back down, Darren is inwardly utterly terrified
Mm-hmm.
because hot, but also murdery deafness.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna do his best to kind of tamper that down. However, it is in Darren's typical lack of a poker face kind of fashion. Just as they're like leaning their hand over the table to just like, well, you keep your word, we'll keep ours, shake hands, like part ways kind of motion. Darren's hand gets larger and scalier, and by the end of reaching their hand across, they are dragonborn form.
The Daranax sort of looks at you, shakes your hand, and then pulls from her belt, from her little old lady belt pouch that she has, pulls a scroll and pulls it open, and from another pouch pulls out a small vial of what looks to be some sort of ink-like substance, and a quill, and lays the contract out on the table. And you see this scroll. It has two sort of pointed tips at the side, right, that keep the scroll in sort of its rolled up form. And she presses her fingers into these pointed tips until you watch the draws blood. And the blood seems to get sucked into the scroll. And the scroll that was previously blank suddenly has writing that flashes onto it in sort of a red hue that sort of just flashes onto it, and it becomes contract. If anyone wants to read it.
I would like to read it.
Yeah,
Okay.
give
I
that to
don't
library.
actually have a
can't read.
contract, but I will give you a brief outline. The contract basically states that all the parties that sign are bound to it. Daranax will never betray your location or tell anyone of your current activities. In return, you will retrieve the contract bound to her and Gabriel Blackwood within the next 72 hours. And you are free to claim any profits or items found within the vault of Gabriel Blackwood.
Seems decently above board.
Can I do an insight check on the contract?
It's
Sure.
a piece of paper.
It is a piece of paper, but I want to see if there's like any hidden terms or stuff that might be in like fine print that they're trying to get past us, which I feel like is a good thing to check for when you're dealing with a literal demon.
Mhm.
That is a 20.
Okay. As you're looking through the contract, you notice a few different bits of fine print. One of them states that in the event of your death, the contract is annulled. One of them states that in the event of Daranax's death, your souls are forfeit. And one of them states that in the event of your capture by Lord Blackwood, your bodies will instantly be incinerated.
Probably more pleasant than the alternative.
This little clause here about the incineration upon capture, could we change that to mind wiping or something a little less instant deathy?
Why do you think mind wiping is better than that?
Because I wouldn't be I have amnesia. What do you mean?
I'd like to remember who I am, thank you very much. If I'm not,
Am I not
prefer to be
worth
dead.
living? Am I having an existential crisis? Well, I don't want to be burned to death.
Daranax sort of looks at you, nods, waves her hand, and you watch the fine print changes to state that in the event of your capture, you and all the other signees of that contract will never be able to remember her existence.
Yeah.
Whenever
It's
you leave her presence, you will never be able to remember that she was there.
Alright.
I feel like that's a much more equitable fix for that problem. I don't know what
I
it is
mean,
with
we'll-
infernals and burning everything.
We will probably still be stabbed and murdered in the vault, just so you know.
I think it's a better chance.
Is it, though?
I would rather not be incinerated on the spot.
Yeah, and also what is the like term of captured? Is it someone's holding you or about to get you? That's too vague for instant death for me.
I'll grant you that much.
Daranax sort of offers the quill to your group.
Well,
Are the terms satisfactory, dear?
as
She said.
dearly as they could be, I should imagine, and I will flourish the quill and sign.
Okay.
Yep.
As you pick up the quill, you feel a gentle prickling in your fingers, and you notice that the quill has small barbs on it. And you
So
sign.
it's this kind of contract. Okay.
You sign, and you watch as blood trickles from the ends of your fingers down onto the point of the quill as you write. And, yeah. Do the rest of you sign as well?
Yep.
I
Everyone
guess
else?
I.
Knock knock.
Hello.
Hi.
Knock knock, blood,
Do you
please.
sign the contract with the demon lady?
Rod actively had zoned out.
Uh-huh.
Prod goes, sure, just like licks his thumb and then pops that because he can't write on the
Okay.
thumbprints on
You
the thing.
press your thumbprint into the contract, and you, as it comes away, you notice that the thumbprint is in blood. Literally,
Sick.
your blood.
Nom 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 nom.
Once you all sign the contract, you watch as Daranax sort of rolls it up and stores it back in her little belt pouch and looks at you all and goes, "You have 72 hours. Don't disappoint me."
Oh, but we probably will.
Probably.
So-
Well, I
Do you wanna
can't
start a
guarantee
fight?
professionalism, but we will endeavor to results.
We'll try our best.
That's what I said.
I mean, probably.
Yeah, but I said less fancy words.
Statistically, it's likely.
Business deal.
He looks at you all. Lord Gabriel Blackwood is actually out of town for the next 2 days. That will be your chance. Good luck. If it
Wait, but
doesn't
where's
go
the
well,
vault?
I'll know. She informed you that the vault is underneath the Blackwood estate.
Well, shit.
Okay, let's go.
And she's
Let's.
also going to quickly inform that the vault has several safeguards, 2 of which she knows about. One of them is the statues, though she doesn't know quite exactly what they do. And the other one is tripwires at the entrance to the vault. She knows that there is more than that, but those are the 2 she knows about.
Well, Guess we better go to the black, or at least plan how to get into this vault.
I feel like we could have
Yep.
gotten away with not signing anything. That might have been a prob.
I feel like if we didn't sign anything, they wouldn't have held up their end of the bargain.
Almost
Mm.
guaranteed.
They're literally a devil.
Yeah.
They are an Erinies.
Erin, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you say that, I just think heiress. They are an heiress.
Oh no.
Okay.
They are
So-
Eris, the god of chaos.
An heiress to the Coca-Cola Fantasy Fortune Company. A true demonic entity.
Has the elf stopped crying yet?
Probably not.
He's picked himself up and gone and left the area.
Oh. I see which way you went.
You can follow him if you'd like. He's left a bit of a wet trail.
Actually, on second thoughts, maybe not.
You've traumatized them enough for one night. Oh, you know, he's gonna go do something with his newfound kink information, I guess.
We all have that
Not the
that
king.
moment. You haven't drunk. Who hasn't drunk their fire whiskey yet? Darren. Let's see how this turns out.
Okay, right. Rolling the Constitution then. Respectable, at the very least. That is a 11.
11.
Guessing it's
You feel a
spicy.
small burp come out, a small gout of flame. Not quite as large as Prod's one, but substantial still.
Let's
You
not
would
compare
light the
sizes, my
candle
friend.
in the middle of the table.
Full.
Sorry,
Oh,
I
you're an
missed that- I
artist.
missed that last bit. What was that?
You light the candle in the middle of the table.
Okay, right, sure.
Lovely.
You said she disappeared, right?
Deranax is still here, but she's just tucking away the contract and getting ready to leave.
Shall we meet you back here once we've managed to fulfill our side of the bargain?
I will know when your side of the bargain has been fulfilled. The magical binding from both contracts will release. You will know as well. Don't worry. I have centuries of experience with this sort of thing.
See, that kind of thing actually makes me worry more.
So she's a gilf.
But, you know, we've got a contract written up now. I'm sure we're both very happy and not incinerated. So I suppose we'll be on our way.
Well, wish you the best of luck, Lycians. We shall see who comes out on top. And she gets up and hobbles her way to the bar once more.
Can I follow her and go? Oh wait, one thing before you go. Can you show me your library card for a moment?
She turns to you, pulls out the library card from her back
Thanks.
pocket.
I place one of the red sparkle owlbear stickers onto it,
She
on the back of it.
looks at it, looks
A
at
show
you,
of good faith.
narrows her eyes, looks back at it, tucks it back in her pocket.
Can I roll insight to see if she's always wanted one of these?
Sure.
24.
Jesus.
Wow. You catch a glint of something in her eye. She's had centuries to master a poker face. But there's a glint of something. and you catch a slight curl to the side of her mouth. You get the feeling she's actually quite happy.
Yay!
Ingvar's just sitting there thinking, I need more whiskey. Good lord.
Understandable.
When the librarian returns, Prod turns to him and goes, I would ask for a library card, but I can't read. Can you teach
That's
me to
alright.
read?
Yes, in fact, we did many literacy classes at the library. One of the founding reasons for it was to increase literacy across the region. I could start you off with some workbooks and things.
Okay. He stood a tear going down the cheek. Maybe my abs will come to purpose. I don't know.
The abs start weeping openly.
Oh,
I know I'm dumb and hot. Maybe I wanna be just hot, you know?
I really feel like the modification to the armor should just not be like that. It's abs open, but it's like a viewing port to the abs.
A viewer, but like it like splits open like a set of doors.
Like a fucking cuckoo clock.
It's ab time.
Okay. Anyway. What are you all planning to do?
Alright. So to get into his house, we'd probably have to do... Alright, let's, Sorry, I'm just looking at these gifs. What the fuck?
Don't worry about it. Try not to think about it.
I'm thinking about it.
Uh-huh.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, do we want to chat to some of these folks? Maybe see the goss around town? Maybe get into a little bit of a fight?
It's up to you guys.
Be like, we could take these guys.
Let's not take these guys. We have a deadline.
Let's take one of these guys.
Already
Just
took
find
one
someone
of
who's
those
really
guys.
bad. Because I feel like we've been working for the kind of bad guys for a little while. I think we need to beat up a bad guy. And then that'll make up for all of the... Because we're not bad guys. We've got to be good guys. Because we're good guys. So we got to beat up a bad guy to make up for the fact that we've been working for bad guys. To make us good guys again. You know?
Is that how it works?
Of course!
No!
Depends on your belief system, I think.
Two wrongs do not make a right.
No, one right
no,
is going to make up
one
for
right
two
can
wrongs.
make many wrongs.
That's why we need to beat up two people. Because then...
The
that'll-
librarian silently
Two-
adds arithmetic classes onto your school schedule.
We're gonna have the whole school class schedule.
It's gonna be a whole fucking syllabus just you watch.
Now you got
Do we
literacy
see
on the
anyone-
Monday, and maths on the Tuesday, and
Do we
science
see
on
anyone
the
around
Wednesday.
us that is, like, overtly in need of comeuppance for ne'er-do-well deeds?
Oh,
there
we're
a
gonna be
quest
able to
board?
find one.
Roll me a perception check, Darren.
Has anybody got an exclamation mark above their head?
Okay, well, it's this one. Let's see how this goes.
Anyone who looks like they're in need, they
12.
have like an abusive partner that we could just fuck up. That'd be good.
The partner or
12.
them?
You said 12, right?
Yes, 12.
I mean, there's a pirate captain sitting behind Ingvar.
There's a
Oh,
were
okay.
rat behind us.
As you're looking around, you notice deep in one of the corners, in discussion with a figure that you're not completely certain who they are. They look familiar. You see you see a robed figure wearing the robes of the Temple of Benor. You're not completely certain, but they look... You can't really see their face or anything, but they look very similar to a figure that you've met on your travels. Decran Melitor, one of the high priests of the Temple of Benor, who had been traveling with the group that was aiding the Magister up in North Cragstead.
That's not our barge friend, is it?
No,
No.
that was Garrick Silvertongue.
Ah. So many names.
I've just noticed the mysterious stranger in the back corner with the two adventurers around him.
Mm-hmm.
The mysterious hooded stranger in the back corner of the tavern. Yep, there has to be one.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Do I see any, like, weird magic shit coming from over there with my constant magic vision?
No more than usual. When you enter this
Okay.
this space, you notice that there's a few different people that have small magical items. The figure in the corner definitely has a few on him. One or two or three actually. Though nothing that looks particularly powerful. But all the people in here have at least one or two magical items. All of them seem to be either adventurers or mercenaries of some sort.
Well, we did just enter into a time-sensitive contract with a devil, so I would be obliged to tell us to prepare for that, maybe scout out the estate, but we already kind of have a good idea about what his house looks like. So it might be a good idea to scout out a miniature quest, if you will, between now and the robbing day.
I mean, we're how much time we have to work with is really going to depend on when she gives us the okay.
No, she's given you the okay.
Yeah, we have 2 days.
2 days to find the thing. Isn't she going to tell us that?
No,
Tell
she
us
told
where it
you
was.
where to find it. It is under... it is
Under
under
the house.
Gabriel Blackwood's house.
And that is like
She
the
also
least
told you that
that-
Gabriel
like
Blackwood
the
is
least
out of
secretive
town
place he
for the
could have put
next
it.
2 days.
Okay, so well, we've broken into houses before, right?
We
I
could
remember
try
how
it
that
today.
ended the last time.
To be fair, we did crash a dragon the last time.
Let's see. We crashed a dragon. We destroyed a dining table. We also may have gotten an old man preemptively retired.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think you should shush about things that shouldn't be
I'm-
uttered when silence has not been cast all around us.
Prod was like, huh? Because he wasn't there for that bit. It was like, what? What did you do?
Don't ask. Himbo just kind of waves his hand. We'll tell you later.
Alright. But it was a bad guy, right? You've just been doing, like, good things. Because we're good guys.
Well,
Sure. He was on the bad side.
he was on the bad side, but I didn't want to hurt him quite so bad as much as I did.
Oh.
By accident. They kind of took a tumble, and I also faked them being alive to one of their good friends in a really weird Muppet kind of scenario.
Oh.
It was an error of judgment.
Are you sorry for it? Are you sorry about it?
It was pretty horrible to do. I didn't really mean to go that far.
Well, if you're sorry about it, then it's fine.
It was mostly out of we suddenly
Well,
went onto a
fine,
watchtower.
Do you have a god?
that's a metal AF thing. Just had to ask a person in a tense voice.
I don't really know my name. I think religion and like third tier hierarchy of needs is a bit much for me right now, quite frankly.
Wait. Your name's not the librarian?
I don't really know anymore. I keep having these flashes of maybe a previous life, and I think I have a daughter.
Are you sure that's not Isaac?
I don't think Isaac's my daughter. Are you? This is a very small girl in a red dress. I've never seen Isaac wear a red dress.
Okay.
Not in public, anyway.
Or be a small girl.
Before we
public.
get really
I'm sorry,
deep in the
Lucian.
weeds on things I think we would all prefer to be much more inebriated discussing.
More whiskey!
We have 3 days, so let's start off with reconnaissance. That seems the most obvious thing. We know where he lives, we know how to get into the area, we know roughly what the interior looks like, but we could do with some more information, and hopefully we can do that without somebody signaling magically a message to Blackwood. Saying, your doorbell went off or something.
Reconnaissance. The last time you guys did it, you did
Yes,
the
I
full-on house
remember.
invasion without thinking about it.
I will not be involved this time. I know that I go in as soon as I can. I'm sorry.
I just thought of something really fucking stupid that we could do, which might
Oh,
be
no.
also incredible.
Yes,
Oh, no.
yes.
So we all know it's underneath the estate, right?
Yes.
I am not
And it's-
mining through the floor.
It's
me
not
very
mining
long time to
through
do
the
that.
floor, it's tunneling into the higher estate area from the lower one, so we don't have to go through the guards. Because
I
I
mean,
think
I'm
one of
still-
you knows Mold Earth, right?
Yes. Do you have
How
any
long
idea
does
how
it
long it would
take?
take me to dig a tunnel with that?
Is it more than a day?
It'd be more than a month, probably. That, depending on where. And what happens if he
Mold
gets
Earth
detour?
affects a 5-foot cube. Every
How many
casting of
cubes
it
to the
is
estate?
5 feet.
Oh god. How many spell slots?
I mean, it's a
It's a
cantrip,
cantrip.
so I can do it
Oh.
constantly, but it would take so long.
I mean, you can cast a cantrip every 6 seconds. So...
Yeah, we've had this discussion
That's
before,
30
Alfie.
feet. That's 35
It would have
foot cubes a
taken
minute.
Lying about an hour to build a earth bridge across a 30-foot gap.
But this is a tunnel.
But there's specific wording in Mold Earth, which,
Yes.
if you look about it for excavation, it's different.
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
can
but this is
instantly
also-
excavate.
Yeah, but this is like we're talking
It's
hundreds
ta-
of feet.
Yeah.
You don't know
Also-
how far it is.
Also, we don't know what the geography is like between entry and exit. If we get to the vaults and we don't hit the door,
Well-
I will not be able to do anything about the door.
I'm gonna be real.
Why
I
don't
just wanna,
we-
I want to chicken run this shit. That's all I want.
Oh god, almighty.
Why don't we use the Mold Earth as the exit strategy if we really fuck up?
I feel like
We could at
that
least
would
use it to
be
get under the fence,
Yeah.
though.
maybe
Yeah?
the fence we can get under. That we can definitely do. But I feel like any form of exit strategy needs to be a lot faster than me steadily digging out a hole.
Well, yeah, but that's plan B if plan A fucks up. And plan A is just getting out.
And it depends how fast the guards would find the tunnel, because he would have to leave it all open, otherwise we would suffocate to death.
I
So
could
the-
use it to potentially cause a cave-in. There is that possibility, depending on what the interior of it's made of.
Mm.
Which might come in handy, I don't know, but that still involves us having to get in there first.
Flying is not going to work, because that'll only be 2 of us, and it'll be far too obvious.
Hmm.
Do we want a distraction as we because look, I'm not exactly good at stealth. I'm also not very good at talking my way out of things. We have learnt this. But I am good at drawing attention. So if we need a distraction for you to get in there, I will happily be that.
I
Let's
just imagine
do
Prod
feel-
flying around on Kazuma.
Let's do our reconnaissance, establish the situation that we're going to be dealing with, and then figure out what to do then.
Yeah.
I think if we do, like, the distraction thing again, I think it's just gonna end up us splitting up again, which didn't end up well.
No.
I think we should all stick together no matter what we end up doing.
Yeah,
Mm.
we are definitely better off together, especially now that we're down a pan.
I'm sorry I ran off last time.
Sorry that I fucked it up.
Darren's
It's
just gonna,
okay.
like, scratch their head a little bit and then blink slightly, because that is not what their hand looks like.
You
Look, we
okay
all
there?
made
Did-
mistakes last time. You intimidated some innocent servers and broke a priceless chandelier. One
Who?
of you ran.
2 priceless chandelier.
2 priceless chandeliers. One of you ran. I murdered an innocent. There was a dragon involved. Like, we all made equal errors.
I saw 4 loaves of bread apparently.
Why am I scaly?
Why are you a lizard? I did mention that before.
Are you okay, Darren?
I mean, I like the new
I
look.
feel like this should be more alarming.
Thought you were into that.
Is this
Is this
fair
part of
to
your
say?
draconic powers?
It'd be news to me if I had draconic powers.
I mean, didn't you suddenly develop the ability to use magic?
That happened, I still don't know why.
Well, I think we might know why now. I think somewhere down the line, someone in your family had a little two-toed tango with a dragon, if you know what I mean.
I think dragons have more than 2 toes, but also, there's... I feel like I'd have known that sooner.
Well, did you do the family tree project at school?
No, that's not how dwarves work.
I'm gonna say the
Oh.
dwarves go to school.
Oh yeah, you're sort of made a. You're not birthed, are you?
Not
Maybe
in
somebody
the sense
sneaks
that I
some-
think either of you would think of, at least now.
Maybe somebody sneaked some
There's a lot
sneaky
less
dragon blood
squelching.
into your
There's
creation.
a lot less
Was
goo.
there some kind of draconic artifact included in your design by your parents?
I think they'd have told me. They were certainly fond of telling me everything else about when I was like made.
You don't seem too happy about that.
Yeah, it's not a sore subject. Okay. Next question: how do I not be scaly?
Unfortunately, when a lot of sorcerers awaken to their dragon blood nature, it's not really something that gets reversed, very easily. It's a bit like knowing that you have infernal blood and growing horns. They don't just pop back in like a Pez dispenser.
Jesus.
I'm just looking it all over at this point. I'm like, I have a freaking tail.
Suits you.
Some people would enjoy the extra balance.
Grabbing at it, and then at exactly that moment is when my magic conks out. Before I even get to grab the tail.
Oh, there you go.
Well, that could have been better timed, but oh well. Okay, guess back to this.
I guess that it's only triggered by a high emotional state.
That
Well, as long as you
Actually
never
would make
feel
a fair
anything,
amount
you'll
of
always
sense.
look normal.
That makes a fair amount of sense, actually. That tracks with every other time I've discovered magic.
If you want to be
How
more
many
powerful, we
of
gotta
these
get you
things
more
am I gonna
hyped up.
find? Right, can we... I'm gonna reiterate my whole thing here of we need to do reconnaissance, like, tomorrow, and I need to go have a personal crisis in an enclosed room with few people around witnessing me.
Okay. Back to the tavern that is gonna less likely shank us.
Yes, the least shankable tavern.
The least shankable tavern.
Perfect.
Onward.
the tavern of lesser shanking.
Also, I love how I've just left Kazma staring through the window.
Yeah, no dragons allowed here, I'm afraid.
Oh, baby.
If you're cold, they're cold. Let them in. It's the saddest reptilian face you can see peering through the window in the rain.
baby.
Yeah, I'll give Casmer a friendly pat as I'm coming out.
Aw.
No.
Oh,
I slipped him a little bit of a turkey leg that I nicked.
Aw.
Jesus.
Good dragon.
Rod does not trust Kazuma in the slightest. So he's like,
They're both
okay, good boy,
green.
but he's like, far away.
What the Kazuma do
Ron,
to
they're just a
you?
baby.
I know! Imagine what it's like when it gets big!
It is pretty big.
I know!
He's like teen-sized for a dragon.
Look, I'm allowed to have one fear, okay?
What about intimacy on an emotional level?
What's that?
Exactly. You should be afraid of that instead.
I can't be afraid of things I don't know about. Fine.
We're going over vocab as well, I guess.
Well. So, you all exit the Pillar Stoop Tavern. And ready yourselves for the few days ahead, where breaking into Lord Blackwood's estate, his vault, is becoming a distinctly active possibility. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, that is where we are going to leave our party of adventurers. We will be back with them in 2 weeks' time, where we shall be entering in on the heist.
Oh no.
For now, though, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for joining us. I hope you all had fun. I certainly did. I hope my players had fun. I think
Yeah.
they did.
Yeah, I think so. I
Fingers
think
crossed.
Woo, woo,
I am the
yeah.
captain!
Yeah. For now,
Oh,
though,
no.
ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go raid a water munch. Thank you all very much for joining us. We will be back tomorrow with Gotham Knights, with Lying. And we will also be back on Saturday with Evil West, which will be interesting. For now, though, thank you all very much for joining us. Have a very good evening, everyone, and a very, very good night. Have a good evening, everyone. Good night. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Ah.